Hola mis serenitas, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Chiquita Serenita, and today we're doing a review, tutorial, and swatches of Melt Cosmetics' latest release, which is She's in Parties palette. It's an all purple palette, like pretty much it's all purple. This is the lightest shade in here, but these are the colors. I am in love with this palette. I love the look I created. I had no problems with the colors. I think the only one that was tough to work with was the darkest shade in here that I used right here. But like I said later on in the tutorial version, because she looked like she was getting a bit, she came off like chalky. Like I was going to have trouble blending her out. And all I did was take my transition shade. I highly recommend that if you're going to do what I did, just use a clean brush. I just happened to want to be lazy and I used my transition brush. And I just took her and softly blended her out, the harsh line, so it wasn't like so standing out on my skin, you know, on my eye. And then she buffed out really, really well. So I was like, wow, this is a really nice palette. I really love it. I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors in here. I left out this one, that one, and that one. But all the colors are really pretty. I love the designs. Apparently this, the people keep commenting like on Instagram, this comes from a song called She's in Parties from Bauhaus. I looked at it on YouTube. I was like, wow, this is not a bad song. It's like one of those rock tone songs, you know, like the old world kinds back in the day, back in like, it looks like mid 80s or something like that. But it's actually a really nice song. It's not bad. And then, yeah, you guys, let me do some swatches real quick. So I'm going to start with Skeleton Kiss, which is the one that I use for my inner corner highlight. I had no problems with this palette. Like, I'm in love with this palette, you guys. A little bit of fallout. She's like a little flaky. But I did notice that she was a little, like, I don't want to say clumpy. I want to say that the formula is delicate, so you're going to have some form of fallout. I have noticed over, because I have at least 6 Melt Cosmetics palettes. So some of their shimmer formula tends to either be very like delicate to the point where they'll flake off, and other ones are good. So this is one of the ones that happens to have some type of like, I know they're not going to reformulate it. Obviously they're not going to. They didn't do it with Muerte palette, so they're not going to do it. The Calaca one was really, it was really like delicate. Actually, this one reminds me of the Calaca one, but the Calaca one was like lighter. So next we have Strangelove. This is the second shade that I use. It's a mauve, like on the really light. You can see how light purple it is, but it's very pretty. That was like the second color. That's the color I have right here. And I still love it. That's just one swatch. She has a clear glitter, like I want to say like a glitter shimmer throughout her look about her. Very pretty though. Next we have Total Immortal right here, which is, I want to say it's a matte, but it's like a matte, oh my God, look how beautiful she is. I didn't get to use her today. She has a little bit of fallout in the pan, if you guys can see. Look, it's clicking out, but that's from me swatching her. So I can imagine you're going to get some type of fallout with her using a brush. I didn't get to use her today, so I can't say for sure. Next we have Last Caress. Last Caress is the color that I use for my transition shade. Little bit of fallout in the pan. I had no problems on my face though. And you see how dark that color is? I was a little hesitant using her at first because I was thinking maybe I should just stuck it safe, and I would have wanted to stick to Total Immortal. But I was like, no, I'm going to try her. She is like the second, basically the second darkest one in there. And when I did how I used her up here, it was beautiful. It still came out. I was like, okay, you know, you're doing it, girl. I see you. You're still there. I love that color. It's pretty. Next to her, we have She's in Parties. This looks like a metallic shimmer formula. A little bit of fallout too. Not a lot. Nothing on my face. Definitely, I didn't have no problem with fallout on my face, but this one has a little bit in the pan. And look at that. Just look at that. That's like a burgundy metallic shimmer. I used her right here, just like halfway through. So pretty. Next to that we have Sleepwalk. I am dying to use this color because it looks a deep dark berry, almost with this hint of brown. I did experience some fallout in the pan right now. I'm pretty sure all of them are going to have some type of fallout, but just look at that pigment. That is one swatch, you guys. She didn't come to play, okay? She is beautiful. Next to her, we have Mainstream. Mainstream is that dark color that I said that I was kind of worried that it would be chalky. You do have fallout too, again, in the pan. I had no problems with it on my eye. So she does. Look how dark she is. Like, she did not come to play, you guys. I was super worried when I put her on my eye. I was like, because she does looks like, I don't know how to explain her formula, but it's really concentrated. I don't know if it's the dye, but it looks chalky on my arm. But like I said, when I started using, if you use like a clean fluffy brush, she doesn't have any problems with blend out. Like, I had no problems blending her out. See how she blends out really softly? So you can totally, you know, have no problems with softening her up. She's just very concentrated, I think. So just in case, you know, I'm pretty sure someone's going to mention that. Someone's going to say, this is a chalky formula. Maybe if you don't feel comfortable using her, just steer clear of her. Because if that's one shade out of all the shades in here that you're going to have a problem with, then that's not a loss to me. That's not a loss at all. Last color in here is Lost Control. And I'm totally dying to use her too. Look at it. Just, she is this shimmer, but it's like a dark... oh my god, it's almost like a dark tone purple, but with this, I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like maybe like this grayish tone purple. Very pretty, and she has this clear glitter sheen to it. Basically, she has all these little glitters in there. She reminds me a lot of this one right here, Strangelove, but obviously Strangelove is you know, lighter. But you can see the glitter, because when I put Strangelove on there, if you look up really close, you could see the little shimmer glitters in there. So, and the lights play with the glitter, and the glitters almost look like light lilac with a little bit of pink in there. So it looks really pretty in the light. You can see it. So that's it for the swatches, you guys. If I do have like just that recommendation that if you're going to use that darkest color, to, you know, soften her up with a clean brush, like a clean fluffy brush, just to help you, you know, blend her out a little bit, because she's very concentrated. She's going to go on with a really strong harsh line at first. That's the only problem I had. And I know that these colors will work for someone of my skin tone, you know, or darker. Definitely will work. For someone lighter, it's up to you. I know purples don't really go bad on anyone. I don't really see purple. I mean, there's different tones of purples, of course. But if you're lighter and you don't feel like comfortable wearing bold eye looks, then I don't recommend this for you. Because it is not, I just want a little bit of purple and I want it to be subtle on my face. No, this purple is going to be like, whoa. That's a purple. It's going to make you stand out. It's going to stand out on your eye. This one, like, you guys, she's not playing. So if you're lighter than me and you don't feel comfortable with bold colors, then yeah, definitely set this one out. But if you are that girl and you're not scared of purple, then this one is super cute. Especially if you're a purple lover. Like, come on, you guys. Come on. Like, I am a huge purple fanatic. Like, I cannot say no to her, especially not with Melt Cosmetic behind there. But other than that, you guys, like I said, I had no problems. It's a very beautiful palette. Hopefully, for those of you that did get it, you guys had no problems with it like I did. I know everybody's different, so. Other than that, if you guys want to see how I created this look today, just stay tuned. Okay, you guys, for my first color, I went in with this color called Last Caress. It is like a very dark mauve. It's really pretty, though. When I started using it, I was like, wow, this one shows up really good. It's just this very dark. You guys see, it's very dark mauve purple. I could have gone, honestly, I could have gone more safer and just used Total Immortal, which is this one. which is like a lilac mauve, but I don't know, I kind of like the idea of this one. I mean, obviously this palette is not for people who don't like purple. I don't recommend it for anyone that doesn't like purple. Like, you have to seriously love purple in order to get this palette. And even though they are dark colors, I know that they'll look good on someone of my skin tone, like a tan, dark tan. Of course, it's going to look good on darker skin tones, like, you know, chocolate to very dark chocolate skin tones. I know this one will work. Now, as far as someone for light, you know, lighter, fairer skin tones, I don't know. Honestly, if you're the type of person that you have light skin and you like bold in your face color, then yeah, this is gonna look nice. But if you're not comfortable with color, then you definitely want to skip this one out, because she didn't come to play, you guys, and I don't want someone to think that this is might work for them, you know, and they're not like 100% sure, and then when they start using it, because they're so light skinned, it's going to stand out a lot more on their skin tone, and then they're going to be like, no, this looks horrible on me, right? It might happen. That's what I'm saying. Just if you're not comfortable with the color, then I probably don't recommend. For my next color, I went in with this color called Strangelove. If you guys saw my little my last collection video that I brought out, I swatched that one like live, because I was like, oh, I can't wait. And I seriously was like, oh, I gotta use it, you know, because it's so pretty. It's seriously this like shimmery mauve purple, and it's got this, I want to say it has like a smidge of this lighter shade of purple, like a lighter shade of purple, so there's a lot of sparkle in it. I don't know, I love this formula. It's really pretty. It looks like almost a duochrome, even though I know it's not a duochrome. It just, because it has this mauve purple and it has this little tiny specks of almost like a pink and then a purple at the same time. So it shimmers really, really pretty in the light. For my next color, I went in with this color called Mean Streak. And it is like this dark, just imagine the darkest purple in that palette, and it's just, you guys, it is so rich. I honestly had some trouble on this side, where I got to a point where I think, oh my god, it's too chalky, it's not going to blend out. And then I went over it, like the little harsh lines, I went over it with my transition brush. You can use a different brush. I'm just letting you guys know that it's going to come out super pigmented to the point where you're thinking, oh, it's going to be this chalky color that you can't blend out. And all I did was take my transition brush and just like fluffy, just softly brushed it out, and it softened up the look. So it worked really well in the end. I'm just letting you guys know, just in case you guys do experience that, because I know I did. So, and then I just patted her right here, and then I put her right here on the bottom, just halfway, because on this side right here I added another color. So, and then I only brought her up about this much, so right here and this way, not all the way across like I usually do. And I created like a little point right here at the corner of my eye, just like a little triangle. See, right here is when I started noticing, I was like, dude, it's too dark, I'm not gonna blend her out to save my life. And then I was like, okay, don't panic, don't panic. I'll get a fluffy brush and just buff it out, see if we can buff some of it out. And yeah, it worked just fine in the end. You see how she's super pigmented, you guys? Like, I'm seriously, that's why I started to panic. I thought it was gonna be like a whole Natasha Denona deep dive a problem again. I was about to say, Jesus, why do they keep putting these dark colors in there that you can't use? And then, so I took my transition shade, and there's no more of the pigment in there. I just used it like that. And then I just like lightly went over it just to soften that up right there. And she blended out really good. So I was like, okay, not bad. For the color that I used right here, I went in with this color called She's in Parties, and it is this burgundy shimmer. And I just used like a little, at first I tried to use my finger, and I noticed that my finger was applying it way too like thick. So I ended up going in with my Morphe brush. This Morphe brush doesn't have It doesn't have like a number on it. It's just like a really flat brush, and I found it easy to use this one because I could just basically tap it on and a little bit across. So I brought it towards the middle, and then it was really easy to like thicken up the line as I went, versus when I put on my, when I used my finger, it just kept like spreading and smudging, and I wasn't getting like the look that I wanted. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna have to use a brush. I tried to avoid brushes. You guys should know by now, less brushes to clean at the end of the day, because I wash all my brushes after I use them that same day that I record. I don't keep them around. If I do keep them around, it's because it's late, I'm tired, I wake up the next day and I wash them. But pretty much I don't use the same brush twice, which is what I'm trying to get at. You know, that's not healthy, you guys. Can't be using the same brushes. They're carrying bacteria from your skin and transferring onto the brush. Pretty sure everybody should know this, but you know, I think people are just, you don't want to do that, especially if you have like, it's going to cause breakouts, you know, acne breakouts, and then probably skin rashes, and then sometimes, in very rare cases, if you have like pink eye, it'll transfer from one eye to the next eye. Then you're really screwed. If you one eye from the other eye, you don't want to do all that, especially you don't want to transfer that bacteria to your palettes, because then now your palette is infected, and every time you use that palette, you're going to continue affecting your eyes. Not that you guys need to know this, because you should already know this if you know how much they tell us to about our palettes, how to take care of them and stuff. I know they say don't blow on your brushes, don't blow on your palette. I'm just re-adding my transition shade, you guys. That's what you guys see me doing. I'm not adding any more colors, just correcting what's already there. For my inner corner highlight, I went in with this color called Skeleton Kiss. It is the lightest shade. I decided to use that because it is the lightest shade, and there are no other ones in here that I could really, you know, see into using, because every single color right here is all dark, and the only light ones you have are these last three, which is not a deal breaker for me. I love it that it's like that, because a lot of times I end up with 5 different shades of light that I can't do anything with, because at least 2 might work for me and the rest don't. So like I said, you know, this is going to work for tan to darker skin tones. Lighter skin tones might either feel very uncomfortable or look weird in the darker skin, like darker colors for their eyes, and they might not feel comfortable. So I'm pretty sure this was like, well, aren't the creators, the ones that make, the owners of Melt Cosmetics, aren't they like light? I mean, they're Hispanic, but they're on the fairer tone. They're not really that dark. At least I think I'm browner than them. I think that's why my husband said that one time. I'm just putting on my inner corner highlight, Skeleton Kiss, you guys. When I used to face the wall, my husband was like, why do you look so dark? And I said, because the white wall brings out your skin tone, like your actual skin tone. And he's like, you're not that dark. And I was like, what are you talking about, dude? That's how brown I am. You're talking about after so many years, you finally realize how brown I am? He's like, no, you're not. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm not going to argue with you. I think I should know what skin color I am. I buy makeup for myself. Okay? I don't go to the makeup section and buy Fairtone foundation. No, it doesn't work like that, homie. I am a sun beige. I am a sun tan. Sometimes I'm considered like a honey caramel color. It just depends. Because I have like really, you know, olivey, sometimes like goldish undertone. I don't know how to explain it, but it's weird. I have the hardest time picking out foundations because I put it on, I'm like, oh, this is too light. Oh, this is too dark. I hate picking out foundation. I suck at it. I'm so bad at it. It's ridiculous. So that's pretty much it, you guys. Let me put on my mascara for this eye, and then I'll come back to give you guys a close-up. Okay, you guys, this is a finished eye look today. Hopefully you guys like it. I'm really loving this palette, honestly, but I'm a purple lover, so you guys already know. I have my BH Cosmetic Power Pencil in the color black in my waterline, just in case you guys are wondering. So let me back you guys out and give you guys my final thoughts. Okay, you guys, I'm back. I honestly love this one. I love it. I'm a huge purple fanatic. Like, you guys, my first favorite color is black, okay? And then second is like really, really purple all the time. Purple, purple, purple. Purple is just one that I can't say no to. I can't say no to berry tones. I can't say no to purples. I am a sucker for them. And this entire color story, I'm in love with. It makes sense to me. Like, definitely, like I was saying earlier, it is very, you know, towards darker, you know, tan to dark skin tones. It will work for. I honestly still feel it will work for someone lighter. I'm just saying it has to be, that person has to be comfortable with wearing dark, bold colors. If you're comfortable with it, girl, do it. Okay, this palette, I had no problems with it. The darkest one, like I said, you know, at first on this eye, I was thinking, oh man, it's not gonna blend out because I just had this really significant harsh line on there. But then you take a fluffy brush. You don't have to do what I did. I used my transition brush, but go with a clean brush, a fluffy brush, and just lightly, you know, swirl around the edges, and it'll soften up, and then it'll look like you know, from one, seamlessly from one color to the next. And I had no problems with it. So, and like I said, I only used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors today. So I didn't get to use 1, 2, 3, right? 3 colors. I love the design. She's in Parties. I hear there's a song, and I haven't looked at it. I'm probably gonna look at it right now before I film the beginning of this, you know, the swatches and stuff. I'm gonna look it up. So She's in Parties, Melts Cosmetics. I love this. I love everything. So yeah, that's it, you guys. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you will be notified each and every time I upload a video. And until next time, stay warm, stay blessed, and stay magical. Bye, you guys.